Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, we'll be doing the full review for this Samsung Galaxy A7 2016 edition. And I have been testing this device for almost 2 weeks now, and I'll share pros and cons. And at the end of the video, I'll give you my summary. But before that, let me give you a configuration overview. The Samsung Galaxy A7 2016 edition sports a 5.5-inch Super AMOLED screen with a 1080p resolution. It is powered by the Exynos 7580 octa-core chipset clocked at 1.6 GHz. It has the Mali T720 GPU, 3 GB of RAM, 16 GB of internal storage, micro SD card slot, a 13 megapixel rear-facing camera with f1.9 lens with optical image stabilization. Moving to the front-facing camera, it's a 5 megapixel shooter. It also has a fingerprint scanner and a 3300 milliamp hour battery. And I'll divide this review between the pros and cons. So first, let's talk about the pros. I've taken down some notes, so let's talk about the pros. The first thing that I really liked about this Galaxy A7 was the build quality. The build quality has been improved tremendously, even if we compare it with the Galaxy A7 that was launched in 2015. That had a metallic back, but now we have this one in glass, and it feels very premium to hold. It has a little bit of heft, but in terms of build quality, I have to give full marks to Samsung. It feels like you are holding a premium device. Another thing that I really liked about this device is that though it has that 5.5-inch screen, then also it is comfortable to hold in a single hand. So it does not feel that you are holding a really large size device, in my opinion. Next thing that I really liked about this device was the battery life. The battery life that I got on this A7 was nothing short of amazing. It could easily last me for about 1.5 days with a single charge, and I could get a screen on time of over about 6 hours to even 7 hours. So in terms of battery life, Samsung has done an amazing job with this Galaxy A7 2016 edition. Now moving to the camera, again the camera has been hugely improved. Now it has optical image stabilization, and here are some of the sample shots that I have taken with the rear facing camera. And as you can see, the camera does actually a very good job, but in artificial lighting and low lighting situation, I noticed that it can take a couple of seconds to focus, but nevertheless, I would say the camera is above average in my opinion. Moving to the front facing camera, the front facing camera is decent, but I feel it could have been a little bit better considering the price point of this device. Moving to the video quality is actually good, but it can only record video up to 1080p. There is no 4K video support. Now moving to the screen quality is actually really good. It's an AMOLED panel that Samsung has used, and the good thing is that even when I tested this phone in direct sunlight, it was easily visible if you keep it on auto brightness. So the screen quality is very good and visible in direct sunlight. Now next thing that I noticed is that cellular call quality was also very good, so I have no complaints regarding that. Though it has just a single speaker here at the bottom, even the speaker quality was decent. It runs that new TouchWiz and it handles it without any issues. It also has the multi-window support, so if you like that, that is there. And for the most part, I would say this new TouchWiz handles the phone fine without any lagginess. This Galaxy A7 is actually a proper dual SIM Android device. That means you can add 2 SIM cards and also add a micro SD card. Next thing that I really like is it does support fast charging, and Samsung has included the fast charger in the box. So these were the things that I liked about the Galaxy A7 2016 edition. Now moving to some of the things that I really did not like with this device, and this can be a deal breaker. The first thing that I did not like is that it does not have any physical LED notification light, which can be a bummer at this price point. Next thing I noticed is that Samsung has decided to put a very weaker chipset on this device. In fact, it has the same Exynos processor that is used on the Galaxy J7, and the Galaxy J7 performed brilliantly because it was powering just a 720p screen. But as this Galaxy A7 2016 edition has a 1080p screen, the GPU has to work a lot harder, and that shows in the game. So in terms of gaming performance, the gaming performance with particularly heavy games was simply not that good. Samsung did real cost cutting, and it's not a good move in my opinion. Next thing is regarding the fingerprint scanner. Yes, it has that fingerprint scanner, but I have to say the fingerprint scanner is pretty slow and not very accurate. I would say out of 10 times it recognizes my finger only 6 times, and I have to press again and again. And this was sort of okay last year, but now even cheaper handsets like this LE1S has a fingerprint scanner, and it works a lot better. For example, the Lenovo K4 Note and other budget oriented devices also have a fingerprint scanner, and they work really well. So I'm disappointed at the accuracy of the fingerprint scanner. It's sort of mediocre in my opinion. Also, moving to GPS, I did use this the GPS a lot, and I have to say the GPS performance was very mediocre. For example, it does not have a proper orientation sensor. So when I was navigating a lot, making quick turns, it was simply the GPS map was simply not showing me the correct orientation, and that can be really annoying. Also, it does not have the gyroscope sensor, and there is no excuse for Samsung for not including the gyroscope sensor at this price point. That means you can't use it with VR headsets, or you can't enjoy 360 degrees videos. Also, I did notice that as it's having the glass back, it's sort of a slippery phone. And also, lastly, coming down to the price, here in India, this Galaxy A7 2016 edition is currently being sold for around 33,500, and I simply feel for that price point, it is a very expensive phone. Now, to give you my rating, I would rate the screen quality of this Galaxy A7 to be 7.5 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, the screen quality is good, but at this price point, I was expecting at least a Quad HD screen. Now, moving to general performance, the general performance for this phone was good, but again in gaming it disappoints, so I will give it a rating of 7 out of 10. Moving to the camera performance, I would give it a rating of 7.5 out of 10. I feel the front facing camera could have been slightly better considering the price point. Moving to the battery life, I would give it a rating of 10 out of 10. And moving to the style and build quality, here I will give full marks to Samsung. But in terms of additional features, it loses drastically because it does not have any IR blaster or even sensors like gyroscope. So I have to give it a rating of 7 out of 10. And lastly, moving to the price to performance ratio, here it performs pretty poorly in my opinion, and I have to give it a rating of 5.5 out of 10. So overall rating of about 6.5 out of 10. And to give you an idea about the summary, I have made some notes, so I'll just talk about it. I would say this, I like this Galaxy A7 2016 for its excellent build quality and battery life with decent camera performance, but it has poor gaming performance, and fingerprint scanner and even the GPS performance was not up to the mark. And for the price, it's just too high for what it offers, and I frankly feel that you should go with the Galaxy S6 at this price point, because simply that's a much better handset. I hope you found this video review helpful. If you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.